It's a double, lads. It's a doubler. What's the crack, lads? Welcome back. We are here with a brand new pack review of the three big boys, Vieieri. We also have Del Piero and, of course, Cannavaro to go through as well. Best builds of how to turn these guys into absolute meta monsters. Huge shout out to OC and Raven on the stream today. We did do a double pack opening and cleared them all. Right, so we're going to start with Cannavaro. I think he is definitely the biggest, highest profiled name on the game because he's definitely one of the best CBs in the game at the moment. Ridiculous in the air. Absolutely insane. Don't let anyone fool you that he's too small or anything like that. He's unbelievable in the air, even though he doesn't have an amazing jumping, and he doesn't have heading as a player skill, but we'll get into that. Now, this build that you're seeing on screen here, 99, 196, and 98 with his defensive stats, and 89 speed. You might be thinking, Barry, he needs 90 speed. Yes, but we haven't given him his booster yet. So this build that you're seeing exactly here with the 100 jumping, the 95 physical, the 88 acceleration, the 82 kicking power, all of this is solely dependent, and this build here that you see is solely dependent on giving him the booster. So 5 into dex, 8 into lower body, 8 into aerial strength, 11 into defending, and 1 into goalkeeper 1 for the jump. But we are going to be solely dependent on using this build specifically with the booster. And that is going to turn this card to hit every single meta threshold for centre backs in the game. And it is, of course, going to be shut down. His speed is going to become 90. His defensive engagement is going to be 99. And the rest of his stats are going to be, absolutely insane, including a 96 aggression, which is more than enough for a destroyer. We've also given him these skills. I agree with these skills that have been given as well. It's a very, very solid card. And he doesn't have heading. You need to give him heading as well. Up next, we do have Christian Vieieri. Christian Vieieri kind of interested me the most in this pack. He's just a really good goal poacher, a classic kind of goal poacher. Reminds me of Inzaghi. Maybe a little bit of Shevchenko as well about him, the way he plays. Very, very rapid, deceptively quick. His movement is good. And he's just a fun player to use. You can use him as a kind of a hole player in terms of like as a false 9, or you can use him as your out and out, main option. Again, missing a couple of skills here. We'll get into that in a second. It depends what way you want to build him, but he does have double showtime skill, blitz curler, and phenomenal finishing, which is absolutely insane at this stage in the game. This build goes to 104 overall. You don't really need a booster with him. Every threshold is hit. He's got 85 ball control, yeah. 94 dribbling, yeah. But you're not really going to be dribbling and running and gunning with this guy as much as a smaller base player. But he is deceptively good. I was very, very surprised by how, slick he was in game. That's his build. 8 into shooting, 7 dribbling, 12 dex, 5 lower body, and 8 into aerial strength. And then also with the booster, you can throw on pretty much any booster that you want on with him there. It really is irrelevant. I mean, it depending on how you want to train him up. Any card that goes over 102, you don't need a booster. But if you throw on a booster, you can actually, beast again. You could throw agility on him. Here's what I'd probably go with. And then obviously that would free up, everything for his speed and his lower body strength that you'd be able to get 3 more. You could get more on and get that 85 curl. You could also throw on free kick if you wanted to and give him 85 curl off the rip. So there's a lot of options that you can do with him. But I definitely do feel this card was probably up there with the most surprising of cards. Now, we also do have to talk about Del Piero. So Del Piero is his partner in crime in this, as you see here. We didn't get that many clips today of using Del Piero to score. He was more kind of like popping into these positions and laying off. Exceptionally good in the middle of the pitch. Very, very solid as a fox in the box. One of the most elusive players in the game is Romario. And this Del Piero is definitely up there as well. This is his build. Again, it's just flawless. I mean, once we have his actual booster added to this, it's a flawless card. The one weakness you'll see, he doesn't have 95 curl for a blitz curler and he doesn't have 90 kicking power, but he does have acceleration, burst, and blitz curl. We've also given him soul control and, of course, one-touch pass. One-touch pass and the booster to bring his curl up to 95 with this build and his kicking power to 90, I think makes this card a top 10 card in the game. Based on his elusiveness, I know people don't like Fox in the boxes as much. I personally love him from the old school Romario. I think it's a phenomenal card. 8, 2, 7, 10, 8, 5, and that's it. Yes, his weakness is his physical contact, but the booster will throw up his stats into such an overpowered meta man that it's not really going to matter. You don't need every player to be like The Rock walking around the place and have huge physical contact. 75 to 80 is enough as long as you use the player exactly how he's meant to be. Picking and popping, running and gunning, and not really getting into those physical tussles. But That is it for me, lads. A short and sweet video, as you know we do. Do not forget to subscribe. I will chat to you in a little bit, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.